2014 at 6 p.m. in the meeting room. The municipal and tax offices will be closed on Monday, September 1st, 2014, in observance of Labor Day. Normal business hours will resume on Tuesday, September 2nd, in 2014 at 8 a.m. Because of the Labor Day holiday, the monthly meeting of the Cecil Township Board of Supervisors will be held on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014 at 7 p.m. Any other announcements any supervisors have? Okay, now we'll move on to the resolutions now. Resolution number 137-2014. Consider the installation of 6 fire hydrants situated on King Road. Hydrant locations have been reviewed by the Township and Pennsylvania American Water as part of the water line upgrades by PA American Water. Now, Bruce, do you have a little bit to talk about this?
Yes, this was part of the expansion for Pennsylvania American Water. Harry worked with the Pennsylvania American Water in the location and placement of those, and they've been concurred by the fire company as well. So at this point, we're just asking that as a formality at this point, just to be approved.
Now, they're talking about coming from the Profio end of King Road down in.
That's correct.
Correct? And what do you say, maybe approximately a half an hour or so? They're going to get water approximately that far now?
When is the line going in, Bruce, do you know?
It's in process right now.
So when will it be completed?
That I don't know. I'd have to. Maybe, Bill, you wouldn't have any idea.
The preliminary drawings that we have indicate that the line's going to be 5,623 feet long. It's going to run from Propio Road all the way down to Rising Road. And it will be contained in, they think they're going to get it into the cut side of the hillside. There's not much of a shoulder there, so they'll be in one of the lanes. One of the typical sections I'm looking at right now shows a one-lane restoration. We'll work with Pennsylvania American Water Company to see what we can work out from King Road.
Are you saying that they will do a one-lane restoration?
That's what they've shown on their drawings. Yes.
Okay, that sounds good. Any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion? It's been moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution number 138-2014. Consider payment application number 2 final to Bar Excavating Incorporated for Coleman Road Emergency Repair Project in the amount of $21,276.90. Dan?
Mr. Chair, I'm recommending that payment to Bauer for estimate number 2. They have completed all the work. They furnished the required 2-year maintenance bond in the amount of $74,000, $74,545.03, which has been furnished to Dawn for the township files. Just to note, there was a little bit of extra wall that was put in on the project when the final quantities came in. Everything was paid at the unit price. All in all, the project came in a couple percent ahead of what it was bid at. But all in all, I think they did a very good job up there and did it in a timely manner.
I agree. I thought it was good. Now, I did want to ask you, did they do the paving, the 100 feet of paving on it for this final? Everything's done then, correct?
Do you know the total cost of the dam?
The total cost was $149,088.05. This payment's for $21,276.90 for the final.
That's the final payments. Do I have a motion? It's been moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Yes. Okay, number 139-2014. Consider payment application to number 1 to Victor Paving and Construction for Contract A Pavement Maintenance Program in the amount of $267,683.06. Dan? Or Joe? Go ahead, Joe.
Thank you, Andy.
Joe, would you, when you do it, would you remind us all what was Program A?
Sure. Contract A was the work was done on Burnside Road. That finished up Burnside Road from just below Niagara Road all the way to where we finished up last year with the 2013 project.
And that was Burnside, that was everything?
That was all that contract day was the Burnside project.
Okay.
They did, all that's a partial payment. They have some backfilling of the shoulders to do, which they're getting scheduled to do, and we'll have someone out there inspecting it when that work is being completed.
Mr. Chairman, this was a liquid fuels contract, so I would recommend that the board authorize the expense to come from the liquid fuels account.
Oh, it's coming from the liquid fuel?
Yes.
Okay. So it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Number 140, 2014, consider payment number 1 to Youngblood Paving for contract B, pavement maintenance program in the amount of $371,279.73.
This was our non-liquid fuels contract, which took care of our roads up in the Southview development. We did the additional work on Klinger Road related to the base stabilization, and that also included the alternate for the pavement of that portion of Ironwood Drive, in which the township had received funds from the escrow that had been established by the developer.
Now, has everything been done in contract B in Southview?
Everything in Southview is done, yes, except for the backfill of the curbs.
So Anthill and Carlisle,
And yes,
and
Is everybody happy?
we're trying to keep everybody happy, Elizabeth.
now what's left on the contract?
What's left on the contract is the seal coating work that needs to be done on McCollum Road. We've got some base repair work that needs to be done before the seal coating is performed. And we have Maple Street to do in use. Bill and I have been in communication with Columbia Gas. Columbia Gas has an extremely shallow main line that's only 3 inches below the pavement. We met with them on Friday, and they are to get back to us with regards to the relocation of the main to a deeper depth. So,
Is this the total amount of the contract?
no, that's not the total amount of the contract. 37, that's only a partial payment.
No, was Sycamore Street down there too?
Yes, Sycamore Street is done.
Sycamore is done.
Yes, musical street extension, yes.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend that the board utilize the local share account funds that were actually allocated for capital road projects. And what that account does not cover, the remaining, would come from the general fund account.
Okay, is that the impact fee too?
No, that is just the local
Just the
share.
local
That is
share
not the
for
Act
that.
13 money, that's right.
Okay.
And I would agree with that because the LSA is only paying interest at Community Bank of 1/4%. We're getting 8 times that at SSL, so we're getting savings in money.
Okay, is there any other questions on that?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution number 141-2014, consider the release of fire tax funds to the 3 volunteer fire departments. How much has been collected so far for each one, Don? Did we split up?
Well, there's $231,000 approximately collected.
Be
So that'll be
divided
divided by
ways.
3 evenly, yes, distributed.
Okay. Now that'll go out shortly here when we approve it. It usually goes out in.
Signed this week, yes.
Okay. Is there questions on that?
I have a question. The balance in the account was, for the fire taxes, $282,000 as of June 30.
I have July 29th, and it's $232,635.
You do?
Yes. It should be in front of you there.
But I saw it on the balance, I remember now, the balance as of July, as of June 30th, on the bank statement from 2nd July.
It was 280?
Yeah.
Well, I'll check that amount, but whatever's remaining, whatever's in that account, less $100 to keep the account. open.
You'll
will be
distribute
right.
whatever's in that fund for right now, and then whatever's gotten in that fund between now and the end of the year will be distributed in the beginning of January,
I think when we do that, I'd like to do that at the close of the year, before December 31st.
before December 30th, whatever's left in that account.
That's correct.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. We
Been
take
moved.
over the balances as on the bank statement less $100.
That's the 100 to keep the account open.
Yep.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. So moved.
Chairman, before we go on to the item that might take some discussion, while Mr. Seitz is still here, could we move on to 144, 2014?
Amber Road?
Yeah, he's supposed to help us with that.
Joe, would you like to come back up to the microphone here? Yes. I know I'd asked you about 2 weeks ago when we were at one of the meetings down there at McDonald to see if you could come up with some more information on it. So we'll jump ahead to this one. Resolution number 144-2014, discuss Angora Road.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We had some discussions with Mr. Bordoff and some of the supervisors on how we could go about getting that section of Anger Road done from the overlook development to Burnside Road. Back in May, I had prepared a cost estimate. We had some extensive drainage improvements, some curbing, base stabilization, paving in the road. And in order to make this project a viable project, we looked at ways to cut some of the costs. I mean, one of the things that we had to do with a big item was an extensive storm sewer installation there. They had a price tag of about $74,000. And that was work that we would have had to put out for bid through a storm sewer contractor. And in talking with Mr. Bordoff, and we talked about having Public Works just replace the cross drain pipes that are along there that are deteriorated and in need of replacement. And the reason we did that was we felt that it might be better just to replace those cross pipes and not concentrate water onto people who don't have water today. You know, why should we flood someone who wasn't flooded before and let the water sheet flow down the road where it has been doing so for some time? So that's one thing that we cut back on also. The other thing we also looked at was taking the width of the road and trying to maintain a 20-foot cartway without a bituminous wedge curb. So what that enabled us to do was to take our price and reduce it from $304,000 to a price of $176,631, which I have in the memo that you received via email this afternoon. So that scope is outlined in today's memo. We'll do the cross pipe drains, the base stabilization with the 3 inches of 19 millimeter binder and the 1.5 inch of wear and surface on it and the necessary restoration related to it. Now, this would complete the whole section of Anger Road from Technology out to Burnside, so we'd have a completed road.
Because the section you're talking right now is just from Burnside to the overlook
Yes, yes,
that we have to do.
yeah, we do. Now, the other portion is being done by the developer of Overlook. I've been in communication with them on a weekly basis. They are to be there. They told me this coming Wednesday to start the storm sewer work. They've already done some tree removal along there to open things up on their portion of the roadway. They tell me that their delay is because they're working on that force main sanitary sewer on South Point Boulevard.